What landlords need to know about the Servicemembers Civil Relief Act. The SCRA offers many protections to America's military personnel. Landlords need to be aware of the protections so they stay in compliance with the law and avoid criminal penalties. The SCRA applies to any tenant whose rent falls below $3,229.84 a month in 2015. What if the tenant defaults? Landlords can send out a default or termination notice, but beyond that, they must obtain a court order before any eviction. During that lawsuit, the landlord will need to present an affidavit about the tenant's military status. The judge may postpone the proceedings for up to 3 months and may decide whether the missed payments are because of the military status. Dependents of service members may get protections only if they ask the judge for those protections. Military personnel can sometimes terminate leases, residential, business, and other types of leases if 1. The lease was signed before active duty, 2. The lease was signed during active duty and the tenant gets a permanent change of station for a period of more than 90 days. A valid termination of a lease terminates a co-tenant's liabilities. How does a service member terminate his lease? He or she sends a written notice to the landlord or property manager with copies of the military orders either by hand or commercial carrier, like FedEx, or certified mail with return receipt. Usually, the termination is effective the first day of the next full month after notification. Money paid by the tenant for any period after the termination has to be refunded. The landlord may not charge a termination fee, but any taxes and other obligations under the lease that are due at termination need to be paid by the tenant. A landlord may not take shortcuts. They must go to court. They may not change the locks or dispose of personal property. Non-compliance can result in criminal penalties. Verification of military service is the landlord's civic, moral, and legal obligation. Order your military verification at ServiceMembersCivilReliefAct.com.